Now, you also mention 3 sacred realms, which sounds wonderful.
Well, yes.
Can you expand on that idea?
Absolutely. So these 3 sacred realms are sort of an imagery that's used in a lot of Celtic lore and is a recurrent theme in both the Irish mythos that survives as well as Irish and broader Celtic poetry. These 3 realms are the realms of earth, sea, and sky. One way to look at it, even though it's not a one-for-one parallel, so I just want to make that clear to some of those more, down the Celtic path who will be like, that's not right. That they're kind of like the conception of the 4 elements that a lot of people in different neo-pagan paths might be a little bit more familiar with, of, fire, earth, water, and fire, and air. Oh my. We'll have another, please.
Yeah, that was a 10. We both failed.
So what are these exactly? How do these play in? Well, some people I've seen will do a sort of invocation of the 3 realms, and that's totally fine. I think in some ways that has its roots in the practice of calling quarters, which is very familiar to those in either a ceremonial magic expression or certainly in Wicca. If you want to do that, if that's meaningful to you, beautiful. Please, I want you to. In my experience, it's more of it's a worldview, and it comes back to us in many different metaphorical ways and also very just physical ways. It's the earth, it's the ground that's beneath our feet, and the earth is also the source of life, of new vegetation. It's both the beginning of life in that sense, it's a source of food, it's a source of sustenance, but it's also the place of the afterlife. It's a place in which we go when our bodies are done with this incarnation. It's the place of many of the gods, especially Irish lore is rather unique. This is a real thing that sometimes those who are transitioning out of a Christian context into a pagan worldview, this can be a struggle in a lot of ways, I think, is being able to see what's beneath us as sacred, because there's even just like that kind of flippant way of thinking of, the place down below, that's hell. If a soul is going beneath you, that's a bad thing. We don't want that. And you can see where that probably, I don't know that it does for sure, but may have its roots through the Christian conversion process itself. That, okay, your ancestors who went down there, you think that's good, that's actually hell, And so part of it is moving away from that and seeing, okay, the realm of earth as sacred. This is a place of life. It's also a place of rest and repose. It's literally a dwelling place of the divine.
Okay.
And then you have sea, which is the literal sea all around us. And it's easy to see that conception, how that would have grown out of a civilization on Ireland, where literally you're on an island surrounded by ocean.
I live on an island. I live on an island,
right?
On an island. So I'm familiar with the concept.
Oh my gosh. You got extra going on there. Yeah. I love it. So very strong in the realm of sea here.
Yep.
And so not only literal water, but also the metaphor of water, the changing world around us, the different waves and patterns, and also its own source of life, but also a place of, bearing life, but also the dangers and the changing tides, and that is the realm of sea that surrounds us and is everywhere. And then, of course, finally above us is the realm of sky, also a dwelling place of the gods, also a place of nourishment, of sustenance, the sun, the starry bodies, etc.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful way of looking at it. But there are differences, aren't there? And I guess it's about wrapping your head around it. But it is a beautiful way of looking at it. Beautiful way of looking at it.
Just one final thought on that, because sometimes it's asked, okay, So I see a strong parallel there anyway with the four elements. So we have kind of of the three realms, we have earth. Obviously, we could put equals sign the element of earth. We have sea equals water. We have sky equals air. Well, where does fire play in with all this? And in the Celtic conception of things, fire is in many ways its own thing. It's so central, and it shares that in so many ways with our deeper Proto-Indo-European expression of religion, because we find this across, and really not even just Proto-Indo-European, this is an expression across human cultures, just that centrality of the fire, that not only provides warmth, it's this dangerous thing that is only semi-tamed at any given moment, that at any second could get out of control and wreak havoc. But also, without it, we are just in the darkness. And so it really has its own thing, and it comes back time and time again, especially as a source of inspiration, poetry, knowledge, and wisdom. And in the great fires that would be lit during the 4 Celtic fire festivals, etc.